Today on the channel, it's best of 2025 season. In today's countdown, we're counting down my top 5 WWE Mattel Build-A-Figures of 2025.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of the Kyle Peterson Top 5, a Thursday tradition here on the channel. As each and every Thursday, we're doing a top 5 and occasionally top 10 countdowns, but in a plot twist, we're nearing the end of 2025 and we got to celebrate the best and the worst of action figures from this year. And we've seen the good, we've seen the bad, and we've seen the downright ugly. And it's time to recap 2025 as we dive headfirst into 2026 here in a couple of weeks. But for today's video, we're counting down my top 5 WWE Mattel Build-A-Figures of 2025. And Build-A-Figures has been a thing with the WWE the last couple of years. However, starting to explode more and more. And historically, when we think Build-A-Figures, we usually go to Marvel Legends. And in an interesting plot twist, Marvel Legends dials back the Build-A-Figures, and WWE Mattel adds the Build-A-Figures to a degree we've never seen before. And I'm here for it because I do think the Build-A-Figures do have value in action figure collecting. I think it forces, putting the business hat, it forces people that maybe they wanted this, maybe they didn't, but if they didn't, they bought it just because they needed the Build-A-Figure piece. I think it's a great way to grab extra sales. And we're seeing that with Mattel. As 2026, we're going to see part of the Legends waves, Target exclusives, of course, are going to have Build-A-Figure pieces. So I think it's a smart idea, and it's a great way to get wrestling figures, wrestling characters that maybe wouldn't sell very well on their own, a different way to go to market, a different way to get those figures. So I'm here for that. Get us some deep cuts, and the Build-A-Figure process is the best way to do that. Now, 2025 for Build-A-Figures from WWE Mattel, we saw him in all the pay-per-view series. We also saw him in the Monday Night Wars series. So a lot of Build-A-Figures to choose from. As I said, 2026 will have all of those, plus the Legends line on top of it. We should be eating good as far as Build-A-Figures in 2026. But today it's about 2025, and we're doing this countdown like we normally do it on the channel. We're starting at number 5, working our way to number 1, and number 1 being my favorite Build-A-Figure of 2025 from the WWE Mattel line. As usual, this is my list, so make sure you put your list in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's kick it off at number 5. We begin the best of 2025 Build-A-Figure countdown, of course, at number 5. And number 5 for me is one of my absolute favorite announcers of all time. His wrestling career much before my time, but we got this one this year, part of the Monday Night Wars line. We did get an Elite as a Walmart exclusive many years ago. This was a second chance for a lot of people to get this character in their collection. Who am I talking about at number 5? Well, we're talking about Gorilla Monsoon, the voice of a generation and a former wrestler himself. We got that 2-pack last year from the Territories pack with Gorilla Monsoon, 4-pack, I guess, technically. But this Gorilla is nice. This is very late in the career when he was more of a commissioner than an announcer, but I think he was dabbling in like international programming and stuff. But if you missed out in the last version of Gorilla, you got an opportunity to get a Gorilla in your collection. And I do think there's still more meat on the Gorilla Monsoon bone as far as Mattel goes, with some different looks of him commentating over the years. How about a Bobby Heenan 2-pack? Oh, that'd be amazing as a ringside exclusive. But I do like this Gorilla. It's great to have more Gorillas in the collection. This is a bit of a deep cut, but really does work well as a Build-A-Figure, and that's why Gorilla Monsoon comes in at number 5. We roll on to number 4 in the Build-A-Figure countdown, and number 4 comes to us from the pay-per-view series this year. As I've said, Monday Night Wars line and the pay-per-view series are the ones that got these Build-A-Figure pieces, and this one is one we knew was probably coming. We saw Adam Pearce last year, which makes sense for the yin and yang with SmackDown's Nick Aldis this year. Now, is this the perfect Nick Aldis? No, it is not, but it's a new character, first time in the line. It represents him as the commissioner. I'm here for this. Could I think there could be constant learning, constant improvement with this? Yes, I do think this should have been a little bit bigger. However, it is fun to get a Nick Aldis figure in the line. I would love a wrestling gear Nick Aldis. I have to imagine someday he'll at least wrestle one match for the WWE. It'd be cool to see him and Adam Pearce have a match at Survivor Series. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but that would have been a cool idea, or just a part of a team. If they did the Survivor Series teams, have Aldis wrestle and Pearce wrestle on that. I think that would have been fun. Maybe that's a missed opportunity, or maybe not. Maybe not. But I do like this Nick Aldis. I do wish he was a little bit bigger, but besides that, it is nice to have the representation of the commissioner of SmackDown. Wouldn't be opposed to more Nick Aldis figures in the future. Just like Adam Pearce, he's on TV every single week. This one also great for customizers. You want to take this head, put it on a wrestler body, you can do that as well. So Build-A-Figure Nick Aldis comes in hot at number 4. We've hit the middle spot of the countdown. You got your list together. Make sure you put it in the comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to this very YouTube channel as we're celebrating the best of 2025 with a lot of videos to come here today. But today at number 3, we go to the pay-per-view series once again. We go to the latest Royal Rumble series that we just received via Ringside not too long ago. Who's number 3? Well, it's a performer we had a figure in the basic line many years ago. Getting a nice elite version this go around. Who are we talking about? Well, we're talking about Corey Graves. Really a big voice of the WWE. He's on Raw, he's on SmackDown, he's pay-per-views, NXT. He's all over the place. Don't forget AAA as well. So he is an announcer that's been on TV quite a long time at this point, and we love to have some announcers. It's so rare we get announcers in the line. It's great to get an opportunity like this one. Now, we did get Michael Cole in the Monday Night Wars line. Not quite the Michael Cole I was looking for personally, but I was looking for this Corey Graves, a great update to that former one. And this, once again, like a lot of Build-A-Figures and a lot of Build-A-Figures being suited performers, these are great for customizers. You want to pop this head off and put a William Regal on here? You can do that if you want to. So you do have options. For me, he's going to be Corey Graves. That's what I'm going to use him as. And I do like this one. I think the head sculpt's great. I love the hand tattoos. I love the color of the suit. This is my kind of suit. If I'm wearing a suit, it's something like this. So I like this one a whole lot. The Royal Rumble Build-A-Figure Corey Graves comes in at number 3. Getting closer and closer to the top spot. We're at the number 2 Build-A-Figure of 2025. And this one is a one we've been wanting for a heck of a long time. I know if you're like me, we're looking for more ring gear versions of this guy, but we'll take what we can get at this point. Hopefully there's more William Regals around the corner for us in the future, as that's who comes in at number 2. Commissioner Regal. He was a commissioner of WWE, NXT for a long time, even a stint in AEW. We remember that. Most of us remember him as a wrestler, but a whole generation remembers him as an authority figure, and that's how he's represented here. And I think this was a fabulous one because we got 2 heads for William Regal, and we got 2 different looks if we want to do that. Now, I used a suited, I think this was Triple H suited figure, I believe is what I used for this. But you do get 2 heads for William Regal. So you got 2 different looks here, making me hopefully long gaming another version of this one so I can display both heads on the same body. Not the end of the world if I can't, but I love the 2-in-1 nature of this William Regal figure. We'd love a Tajiri to go with him. I don't know if that's ever going to be in the cards, but a fun one. And I hope this leads to, in 2026, maybe a Legends William Regal, maybe a From the Vault William Regal, as he's had a great career. I would love to see more of him. I'd love updated WCW ones, and I'd also love a Man's Man William Regal in my collection. Hopefully that happens, but for now, we're going to settle for the Build-A-Figure coming in at number 2, which means there can only be one. What is the number 1 Build-A-Figure of 2025? Well, stay tuned. Here we are. We've hit the top spot, the number 1 Build-A-Figure of 2025 in the WWE Mattel Elite line. Once again, going to ask you, do you got your list together? Put it in the comments and put them in order. That's the hard part, but that is the fun part. But number 1 for me, it's always nice to get a Build-A-Figure as a wrestler. Now, looking forward to 2026, we are getting the Diamond Stud as a Build-A-Figure. That's going to be pretty fun. A bit of a deep cut. I guess it's fair to say it's a deep cut Scott Hall gimmick. I'm here for stuff like that, and we got a little bit of that this year in 2025. Now, usually we're getting announcers, we're getting suited figures, makes the most sense. But we do get an occasional wrestler, and we got this one in 2025, and I was very excited to get it because I've been a big fan of this performer for his entire career. He has since passed away. Who are we talking about? We're going to the Monday Night Wars line. we're going to Golga from the Oddities. And I guess they didn't think Golga would sell very well on his own, so they put him as a Build-A-Figure, and I'm fine with that in all honesty. A fabulous, fabulous Build-A-Figure for John Tenta. Maybe a little bit short. They've had that problem with Mattel over the last year or so. I did add a third-party soft goods shirt here with the South Park shirt. Obviously, they couldn't put that on the regular figure. That's no fault of Mattel. If they could, they would have, of course. But this is a lot of fun. If you've got your shark, you've got your John Cena Canadian earthquakes, regular earthquakes, natural disasters, there's a lot of meat on the John Tenta bone. And this is another piece of meat, maybe a wing or a leg, maybe, in Golga here. And I'm happy we got this to put on our John Tenta shelf. The only bad thing about this is it makes me want to get the rest of the Oddities. Can we get Giant Silva? Can we get Kurgan? Can we get Luna Vachon? Maybe ICP, we'll see. But there is a lot of fun around the Oddities in that era of wrestling. And Golga kind of starting it off in a lot of ways. And Golga coming in at number 1 for my favorite Build-A-Figure of 2025. So there it is, my top 5 Build-A-Figures. We're interested to hear your list. Put it in the comments below. And as I said, make sure you subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel, as we got a lot of end-of-year best of countdowns to come. You don't want to miss one of those, so make sure you do subscribe. Check out Patreon. Check out YouTube channel memberships for even more content each and every day over there, and your best way to support the channel. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Conveniently enough, the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for the Build-A-Figure Top 5 2025, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?